Squire! Fetch my Vorpal helmet!
Sir, I don't think that word means what you think it means.
All right, we're back with Vorpal helmet and this encounter with the frogs. Not the easiest for our starting delvers. And of course, we'll compare it and see how does this compare to when D&D 5e characters go up against these same enemies. For now, we have a frog that needs to make a health roll to stay conscious because he is at negative hit points. Let's see. He fails his health roll. In fact, amusingly, let's reveal to everyone, it was a critical failure. So that frog falls unconscious. Oh yeah, these frogs should technically have the prone status applied to them. That doesn't really matter, but just for posterity, we'll make sure we do that for the two unconscious frogs. All right. So this frog is unconscious, prone. We will remove Big Frog 2 from the turn order. All right. So now we have one, two, three frogs that have passed out. One that is remaining, but I believe is also at negative hit points. Let's see what happens with him. He stays conscious, and he'll try to bite. Let's do a die roll. 1 to 2, Carlotta. 3 to 4, Raj. 5 to 6, Frank. Oh, maybe we should select. Oh, can't seemingly do it. I guess the GM will do it. And make that a public roll. So he rolled a 1. He's going to try to bite Carlotta. So this frog will take the move action, or not the move action, excuse me, the attack action. We'll move on to Carlotta and attack her with a bite. Misses by 3. All right. So now we have Yesunge. Yesunge has finally managed to knock an arrow to his bow. And he is going to take aim at that frog right there. It's a big frog. Or a huge frog indeed. And so this shouldn't be so difficult. Range is actually -1. Nope, it's actually 0. We have to fix that. That'll be fixed later. So, longbow, 16. Actually take off the range because he's really only 2 yards away, so the range is 0. Should he try to do something crazy? Shoot him in the face? Anything like that? No. He's just going to shoot. And by the way, he should now have 23 after this shot. Oh no. He didn't use a bodkin, he used a broadhead. 23 after this. So let's roll. Give him the attack maneuver. Let's try this again. All right, a possible hit. Let's see if this huge frog can defend. It would be nice, perhaps, for our adventurers if they didn't successfully defend all the time. Well, in this case, he didn't, as we can see. He rolled a 12. All right. So, Yesunge does a lot of damage with these arrows. 1 die plus 3 impaling. Let's see what happens. A lot of damage except for that particular time. All right. Sadly, Yesunge only did 4 points of damage, but it's still a significant injury to that huge frog. It's going to be 6 impaling it will take a shock penalty. And it is injured. All right. Huge Frog number 2 is up. Huge Frog number 2 has been hit numerous times. All right. So this huge frog will try to munch on Thulnar once again. It does have shock. It got hurt last time. So let's see. Needs to roll 9. Doesn't do so. All right. Things are looking a little bit better for our adventurers. This frog is in bad shape. It's going to move up closer to Yesunge and try to grapple it with its tongue, its sticky tongue. But no, rolls a 15. That's not good enough, especially with a -4 for shock. All right, that ends its turn. Let's see if the shock. Let's check something here. Let's see if why the shock penalties aren't coming off automatically. Let's see what happens. No, we'll have to figure out why that is. That's all right. For now, we'll just have to manually remember to remove the shock on these folks. All right. So who's up? Raj is up. Raj has... Well, there's a frog and Carlotta's Hex. I don't know that he wants to try to do that. Well, you know what? This is what I'll do. He will attack the frog and Carlotta's Hex. That is a penalty. But he's going to attack the frog from behind. And so, in attacking the frog from behind, he'll do +4 to hit, trying to make it less likely that he will accidentally hit his friend Carlotta. All right, so striking into close combat is a -2 to hit. It's not on here, but that's fine. We'll just do -2 striking into close combat. And I just like to put these in here. You don't have to. But he's also going to do a Telegraphic Attack, +4 to hit. -1 for the size modifier of the frog. And he's just going to stab at this frog. He's not going to take many chances here. Doesn't want to accidentally hit Carlotta. So let's stab at this frog from behind. And he succeeds. Yeah. So he succeeds. The frog would have seen him coming around. So this is not... This would count as what we would call a runaround attack. I don't know if that's here. It's the same as being attacked from the side. So attack from the side, but +2 telegraphic. So let's see if this frog can defend. Unfortunately for this frog, it's at negative hit points and only has a dodge of 5. It fails. So, Raj stabs this frog from behind. If only he was a backstabber. But he's not. That could be an upgrade for him. Although you technically would need to be. Oh, he should have been using plus... Oh, well, okay, so he has a trademark move of +1 to stab to the vitals. But he doesn't exactly know where the vitals are in a frog. So, against humans, he'll start using that. Let's do his damage. 1 die +1 impaling. Sad, sad damage to this frog. But still, it is... Oh, it nets out to being only 2, but I forgot to take off the modifiers. In any event, 2 points of damage. Applied to Big Frog 3. He's already badly injured. 4 more injury to Big Frog 3. Okay. That's Raj's turn. Carlotta is going to move back and hit this frog again. Maybe. Maybe she'll get lucky here. It's been stressful. But there we go. A great attack. Can this frog defend? My guess is probably not. But he'll try anyway. So... No. In fact, irony of ironies. He missed by 1. So Carlotta does her damage. That's going to be a lot. Wow. Not only is it going to be a lot, it is a lot.
That's a lot of damage.
All right. That is a major wound. Amusingly, the frog gets knocked back a yard. When doing wounds of crushing damage, there are certain situations that can arise when it creates knockback. So let's do first the major wound to see if it avoids stunning and knockdown. Oh, it does not. So, as it turns out, we're going to apply stun and knockdown to this frog. All right. So this frog is in a bad way. Oh, let's apply the damage, actually. Needs to make a health check just to stay alive. Which it does, but it's knocked down and stunned. And we're not even going to bother with the knockback at this point. Although it would be amusing, because it might potentially knock it into Raj, but we're going to say it just fell down. All right. Foxfire is up. Foxfire is going to move over here and ready her staff, which she only had being used one-handed. Now she's going to ready it, use it two-handed. She's going to try to strike this huge frog from behind, try to help out Thulnar. All right, Frank. What can Frank do here? Frank has a move of, well, if he doesn't move and attack, which I think he's going to do. Actually, yeah. Let's do a move and attack. If I can find the maneuver. Well, it doesn't matter. Right click. Set maneuver. I believe move and attack is this one? Yeah. Yeah, there we go. All right. So Frank is going to do move and attack. He has a move of 4, so he'll go. Okay. 1, 2, 3. There we have it. And he's going to try to stab this frog from behind, who can't see him. So there'll be no defense if he can make this happen. Of course, because it's a move and attack, he has a -4 to hit, and the maximum penalty is, or the maximum attack roll is a 9. So +1 for size modifier, still max of 9. Let's roll with his broadsword. Why is it -7? That can't be right. Oh, something is... What's... yeah, this... I did it twice. That's why. When I selected move and attack, it automatically factored it in. All right. -4. Rolling against a 10, but really rolling against a max of 9. A 9. Success. Wow. That's great. So he will do the damage to this frog. who didn't see it coming. 7 points of impaling damage is good. Let's apply that to this huge frog who is menacing Thulnar. First things first, it's a major wound. And the huge frog does make that. It will have shock applied to it. Already has shock 4, so we'll keep that on. And we're going to apply the damage. All right. Thulnar will back up. And he exclaims, "By Moradin's hammer," or whatever is in one of those video games. I can't remember which one. But he will attack it with his mace again. Oh, maybe I should have done that on this layer instead of, or in the player's view, instead of here. In any event, we can make that obvious. There we go. Thulnar. Successful. This frog will now need to defend, and this frog is now at half move and dodge. So, let's see if it can dodge. It certainly cannot. Thulnar will do his damage. 1 die plus 2 crushing. Not bad. All right, this frog is in bad shape.